Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And we are back here on Cats and Cosby. How lucky to have the great Lee Greenwood with us here in studio. And of course, everybody talking about the New York City budget. And joining us now is Andrew Rein of the Citizens Budget Commission of New York. Judge Weinberg.
Andrew, good to talk to you again. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. How are you doing, Judge?
Good. I'm fine. Let me ask you this. Mayor Mamdani has now just issued today his preliminary budget, and one of his proposals is a 9.5% increase in the real property tax. As you and I both know, the only tax that the city can do with the consent of the council is an increase of the real property tax. He also wants to raid the reserve fund. What are your thoughts about this? Is this good fiscal management?
Listen, his preferred option is actually for the state to allow him to raise personal income tax and business taxes, both of which would be counterproductive. If the state doesn't do that, like they have said no, the governor has smartly said no, he's proposing to raise the property tax and draw down on reserves. Quite frankly, this is a false choice that he's talking about, because the first choice, the best choice, is to start digging into all the agencies, finding the spending that's not improving New Yorkers' lives, and shrinking and cutting that. We haven't done that in well over 12 years. That's the thing to do. Also, to make government more efficient, use technology, get rid of bureaucratic processes. That's the choice that he should be first going after, and that is not enough on the table.
That's exactly right, Andrew. And having worked when I was the general counsel, city council on 14 city budgets, I have to tell you, that's the first thing they should be doing. They should not be talking about raising taxes, whether it's state income tax or corporate taxes or real property taxes. If the issue is affordability, this is not the way to do it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, listen, he talks about being committed to affordability and says that he has backed into this choice, at which he admits decreases affordability on, small homeowners. Frankly, what we should be talking about, how we tax utilities and then they pass it along in the rates to people. So it really decreases New York's affordability. He was very verbal about saying that this is not what he prefers to do, but what he should be doing, and he's only starting, is saving money within the city budget. If we had kept spending at the rate of inflation increasing in the last 10 years, we'd be spending $16 billion less than we spend today. There's lots of opportunity there. He said, okay, we can find $1 billion of savings a year, but we need to do much more than that, and there's much more opportunity. That's where we need to be focused.
Exactly right. Andrew, thank you very, very much for being with us. Your insights and your expertise is absolutely essential. Thank you.
Thank you. To be continued. Thank you, Andrew.